Reno for the middle watch at Fort Kellam's Gate. And a mile out, he had happened to glance to his.
So why can't I get that if I catch this?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the June 14th meeting of the East Hempfield Township Planning Commission. Please join me in opening the meeting with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a rather short agenda this evening, but before we get into that, I'd like to welcome our newest alternate member.
Hi.
Stacy
Hi,
Reidenbaugh. Stacy, since Mr. Rush did not show up beside you, you're welcome to vote on this evening's plan.
So exciting.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
we're looking forward to, the expertise and the experiences that you've had in another township around here. So please feel free to bring that to our attention. Whatever
Thank you.
We appreciate your contributions.
She already mentioned that we have laptops and they don't at Manhattan.
Now, granted, that was 9 years ago, so who knows what they have now?
Okay. All right, before we get to the action item, we have the minutes from our May 10th meeting to review.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Rohr, seconded by Mr. Detter, that we approve the minutes from the May 10th meeting as submitted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? So that would be unanimous.
Abstain.
Abstain.
I'll abstain.
2, 3 abstain. Okay, so it's 4-0-3.
Dan.
Oh, Dan. Hello, Dan. Sorry. Are you up?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear it. Sorry. 5-0-3. All right, the action item for this evening is Conestoga Oral Surgery's final plan.
Evening, Steve Gergley, Harbor Engineering. This is a project for a land development plan for Conestoga Oral Surgery. It's 190 Good Drive. It's at the southwest corner of the intersection of Good and Embassy Drive. You may remember we were here with a sketch plan a few months ago asking for a waiver of preliminary plan processing. The building contains Conestoga Oral Surgery. It formerly also contained a spa. They split the building with another use. They've since taken over the entire building. They're renovating the interior of the building and then doing a very small addition on the south side of the building, on the plan west. About 1,100 square feet, a small patio, a small ADA ramp around the other corner of the building. And we're adding street trees and a small stormwater management seepage bed to handle the increase in runoff that's adjacent to the building addition. Other than that, it's nothing really else is changing. We're not changing the parking. We did the traffic parking study to verify that we had enough parking for the ITE manual, and we do. The access drive is remaining off of Embassy Drive, no changes to water sewer. So it's a pretty straightforward plan. We're asking for 2 modifications. Modification for showing existing features within 200 feet of the tract, which is recommended for approval, and then a deferral of sidewalks along both Good and Embassy Drives. And there's 2 sections. There's a section from the Saldo and then a section from the street and sidewalk ordinance. Both of all those modifications and deferrals are recommended for approval by Clerk Associates. The condition, and I understand this to be a standard condition, is that the applicant will pay a fee in lieu of milling and overlay the roads to the center line as well. Other than that, we have a letter from David Miller. I think it's dated May 15th. We have no issue with them. Comments. So.
Any commissioners have questions? In the, I think it was the LCPC comments. There was a note in there about the sidewalks and the deferral. I guess it's the first time it's been brought to my attention that about creating a right of way or a, what do I want to call it? Not
It's
a
an
right-of-way.
easement,
An
is what
easement.
they had asked for.
So is that part of the plan? Is there an easement plan? how have we handled that, I guess, Nate, in the past? We do these deferrals pretty much all the time.
The
But
only
there's-
requirement that we've had that DMA has wanted was for the plans to show that sidewalks would fit within that area.
Okay. So we don't actually have an easement establishment.
But Good Drive has a 60-foot right of way, I believe,
It
and
does, and so does
the
Embassy Drive.
Embassy
They both
Drive,
could
so
meet, right?
the-
And with the last resubmission we did, we submitted a plan that showed
The
layout
sidewalk.
grading for sidewalk
Yeah.
face that needs to go in someday in the future.
And that fits.
it would
that
all
fits
fit
between
within the,
curb and the-
yeah, within the right of way, yeah.
pretty wide
it's
road right
wide.
there on Hempstead.
Yeah.
But it's already paved and curbed, so I wasn't sure. Okay. Dan, anything from you?
I don't have anything.
If there's no further questions, we need to address the waiver or the modifications first.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion. We recommend to the supervisors approval of modification listed number 1 and conditional approval of modifications number 2 and 3, subject to staff and engineer comments.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Rohr, seconded by Mrs. Byrne, that we recommend approval of modification number 1 and conditional approval of modifications of, modifications 2 and 3, subject to staff and engineer comments. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you, Dan. All those opposed? Okay, so that would be unanimous then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You forgot Dan when
I
you
forgot
said
Dan.
that.
You may not vote tonight.
Take that back.
Sorry, sorry about that. Forgot
That's all
Dan.
right.
So that would be 7-0. And then the plan itself, revised final land development plan.
The revised was a typo.
Hmm,
I was making sure it wasn't on the suggested motion. On the agenda, the revised was a,
Oh, it's just a final land development.
that's not revised, okay.
I'll make a motion to recommend approval of the final land development plan for Conestoga Oral Surgery Township File 230302, subject to all staff and engineering comments.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Volpe, seconded by Mr. Detter, that we recommend approval of the final land development plan for Conestoga Oral Surgery, subject to all staff and engineer comments. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Sounds like that's unanimous too.
Thanks very much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Steve.
Was there any old business to be brought up this evening? Nope. Nope. Were there any questions on Nate's project report that he sent out? Nope. Okay. And there's nobody on for public comment?
No.
Okay, the meeting is adjourned.
That is a record.
record?
8 minutes.
7:08.
That means I'm good luck.
Yeah, there we go. What was it, 7:12 or something like that?
Short agenda.
It is
Very-
June after all.
Yeah.
I know how to close this down.
Um,
God.
We're doing like,
I
they're just.
just-